to open up a control box where it looks like the lock has somehow or another gotten jammed and won't come off. So he's actually using a hammer and a screwdriver to kind of chisel the lock out of there so that he can get into the control box.
Would I know that if putting a spark of life into that lock, would it... No, it's iron. Never mind. Forget it.
Yeah.
Not going near it.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Because you're a changeling, not a fae, it wouldn't physically hurt you, but casting magic on it is going, or casting an ability on it is going to be very difficult.
Yeah.
The banality of an iron lock is...
Yeah, I see him, and I spend a willpower to forge the connection immediately.
Okay. Now you realize he's not dreaming now, so you won't be able to...
No.
Yeah.
But I will be able to from anywhere now.
Correct, yeah.
So...
Go
help
to
him or
sleep,
not?
man. Why?
Not to
No,
help
just
him.
go to sleep.
Can I magically influence him to make him tired?
It's a mage, though, man. Should you really start
Oh
messing
yeah,
with things that have willpower?
that's a good point. That's a good point. Upon forging the connection, he just like dips back into the shadows, and heads back.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Are you sure he's a mage? He might be a knocker, because knockers go...
Swear like a knocker. I turn around and...
No, you do know from previous experience he is a son of Ether.
Okay.
But you also know from previous experience that he spends a lot of time out
With the
at
knockers.
the Tomorrowland Speedway.
Oh, okay.
Which means he probably hangs out with a bunch of knockers.
Yeah.
And he's also an engineer, meaning that he hangs out a lot with them.
Yeah,
His work as
it
well.
clicked in my head after.
Yeah.
I don't need to...
Picking up bad habits from knockers.
Yeah.
Huh?
Like, it works for them, why not me? Shit, kicks it. It breaks, like, fuck. I mean, damn it.
Looking at Soothsay to see if... Basically, I was going to see if I could help him out and make it look like I'm good in general to have around, but no. There's nothing I can do in this situation, so I just bow out after giving him,
You have met him a couple times.
Uh-huh.
You don't know him very well.
Yeah.
But you've attended a couple park training seminars that he was at. You've, sat and had a coffee one day during one of those seminars. You've kind of met him around the park.
Okay.
Enough to know that he probably knows that you're a decent enough guy, but doesn't really know you as a person.
Yeah.
But do you, know me as a person, bro? like real?
So essentially what I'm doing now is I'm waiting until he goes to bed and entering his dreams.
Okay. And at that point, it is 10 minutes till. We're going to go ahead and call it.
We can do Inception next session.
Yeah,
We can
so-
start off with you skiing. And,
We'll do a bit of Rick and Morty inceptioning the inception of the
Yeah.
inception.
yep.
In one of them, he inceptions you.
Yeah, you walk up to him.
It's
Inception.
you in his dream, in your dream, in his dream. What?
Yeah, that kind of thing, yeah. The rest of you are headed over and having a lovely dinner at Tony's.
Yeah.
Do
we're
do
just
we
gonna-
get banality for that?
Oh, actually, no.
No, I would have
maybe not.
taken time
Can
during,
Yeah.
at some point to gain banality.
Casey,
Mm-hmm.
there is actually a thing. It doesn't actually matter what the material is. It doesn't even determine the thing, because one success would be enough to start an old car rusting in an abandoned shed, while 5 might be required to counter the effects of stasis. So it wouldn't matter if it's iron, right?
So what is this that you're what?
Basically, I'm
No, I mean, what
going
art
to
are you
just
using?
awaken. I'm going to reawaken the lock back to life and have it open up.
Okay.
Since it's inert right now.
Okay.
I just
we'll start out with that the next session.
Okay, yeah, cool.
Cool. The rest of you guys are having dinner at Tony's.
Would I
Get
have
banality from that. That's a perfectly good meal.
Very, very common human thing to do.
way to do it?
The way you guys do it, of course. But if you eat at Tony's like Colin does, you would.
Are you guys trying to purposely gain banality right now?
I'm
I
not.
wanted to gain at least 1 point. I only had 3. I was.
They're trying to restore a bit of balance.
No, I'm not.
You-
I'm not. I'm fine.
If you want to do that,
I'm good.
your best bet is to either use your antithesis, which will trigger banality instantly, I think quite harmfully as well, or trigger your Sealy and Unsealy bands.
Again, dude. It's
Or trigger. Well, obviously, I'm not talking to you. Or trigger your fuck. What is it? Your
fine. I
frailty.
can do that.
You trigger your
Yeah,
frailty.
your frailty
Which will
or
trigger.
your antithesis are usually your best bets, or just anything
Or
that is
you can
normal
use the
mundane
bands.
stuff.
Yeah. My
Using the bands
frailty-
is a bit more dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna make a conference call anyway to get banality, so I'm happy just getting it from eating.
Yeah. Well, you have time for a conference call as well in all of this.
Mm,
Just checking in on kind of the weekly reports and finances and things.
Yeah,
I don't
I mean-
understand how you could get banality from eating a meal. That does not make
But-
sense
Yeah.
to me. That's something that
Well, no, because you don't. It wouldn't be your. If you were a red cap and you ate like a normal person, that would be an antithesis. That would be
Sure.
like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm
it
going to
depends on
take
who you-
a bite off of this fork.
Yeah,
it depends on who's doing it.
Who's doing it?
Yeah.
Uh,
So what
I'm
is
getting
your-
it because I told Casey I was going to specifically get banality because I wanted to do the conference call.
Yeah.
Just
Right.
do something that was
Mechanically,
banal.
if you want to balance it, you have to trigger your antithesis or your frailty. Sorry.
Well, no, there are other ways to gain banality. It's just not
Of course.
of the same scale.
not as quick.
Those
Yeah,
are
so-
mechanically the ones you do.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are mechanically
Well, I
the
only-
ones that give you the most banality. Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
I only really wanted 1 to get me up to 4.
Yeah.
go hang around with the technocracy and they'll.
Yeah, just being near
Uh,
technocracy will cause banality.
Oh,
but
good.
In the course of your conference call and kind of having a normal evening and sitting and listening to normal people argue over bills and how they're gonna, who's having what and what costs things on a meal and all of that.
Question.
How the hell will we pay for this vacation? I have no money.
Yeah, are any of your guys' banality higher than your glamour?
Nah.
No.
Okay, just checking.
My glamour's 6, that's why I only wanted the 1 extra. Just to keep it kind
Does
of
that
close.
high it?
No. My
Yeah,
banality's only 4.
I'm at. Oh yeah, I don't have that high.
When you
glamour anymore.
when you start having more banal than glamour, you forget things about changeling. The mists start taking over.
Oh, that's a good thing. Okay, good. Good to know.
Yeah, you don't ever want to have a higher banality than your glamour, but you
Oh,
also
yeah, read the
don't
rules.
really want to see your banality drop to 2 or less, or your glamour get above like 9, because either
Yeah.
way you're starting to get too close to an edge.
I had 2 banality at one point.
Oh, if you want purposeful banal, Doc, you can destroy your artifact or your treasure.
Fuck.
But the only reason I'm
so-
doing it, I get the feeling we're going to be dealing with.
Oh, also,
Taylor,
your
within your evening, Taylor,
Yeah.
with the conference call, the meal, etc., you will gain. Hold on, just let me just look at your character sheet. That will be easier.
What are you looking for? Because If it's antithesis, that's something I haven't really.
You have.
Quite-
You need to.
You need
Get
to
that
define.
Yeah,
figured
no,
out.
I have a general idea, but I haven't set it in yet. It was just like because this seems like a character who's very strict and lawful. If we go by that,
antithesis
stuff that's very
is-
chaotic and out of control would be his.
Hey, that's not banal though.
You're going to gain 5 temporary banality.
Jeez.
Just listening to the finance reports and monthly wages and all of that. Whenever it gets to 10 temporary, is when you would gain when it would go back to 0 and you would gain 1 permanent banality.
Okay, so you gain temp and that turns into permanent.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good.
Also, triggers for banality, something we haven't been doing, killing a changeling's chimerical self, ending a changeling's mortal life, killing an enchanted, a mortal dreamer, or a Kinian, ravaging or rhapsodying a mortal, which you have to do. Kate,
Does that
Caleb.
game
No, I don't have to do that. I
Yeah.
just need to gain glamour once a week. That's it.
By you need to read the entire sentence, dude.
No,
Of your
I've
words.
I've read
No,
through
the
it.
newest one is different.
Yeah, the newest the rule the
20th anniversary.
20th anniversary version basically says that if he goes a week without gaining glamour, then in order to prevent his aging from starting, the only way to stop it is to Rhapsody.
Yeah.
But as long as
But
he
as long as I-
continuously gains glamour, he can stave that off.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, as long as I keep getting glamour at least once a week, I'm okay. But
Okay.
once I don't, that's when I
Then-
have to do
then
it.
he has to Rhapsody or Ravage
Yep.
to be able to
Okay.
get back to normal.
Okay.
And I
So
said
it
I've
just
already done it
reverses
this
it.
week.
The 20th anniversary lightened it a bit because it was too harsh
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you want, I believe we've already killed several people, including my character. So
That was all on the other side, though, so we're not.
Not
gonna
the
try
red
to
cap, though.
Go back into that. No, that's true. The red cap was not. But who actually killed the red cap? Victor.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Victor did. I made him give me glamour, so I'm good on my glamour for the week.
Right.
But Victor's the one that actually killed him.
Yeah. So Victor.
We
was
need to-
getting banality there.
But Victor's gone. So
Yeah.
Just need
No,
to be
no.
more careful because there are a lot of
Yeah.
rules in this that are
Yeah.
just side listed. Like
Yeah. With
literally
all of the other stuff
an
going on,
entire-
I have not been watching
We're
it very
Red Link.
closely.
We wanted to show you.
But I will be now that we're back onto a normal pace.
yeah, and that's why because I didn't know about what the antithesis was used for, and that's why I hadn't really
And
set
also-
it down yet.
also, I imagine a lot of weapons are cold iron now because the technocracy would probably be like, they start dying if they pick these up. So
Well,
let's just put a bunch out there.
No, the being
I'm kidding. I
being
think
a
probably-
changeling actually shields you from cold iron
That's a
poisoning.
specific flaw you have to take.
No, it literally says in the rules it triggers banality if you touch it.
Oh, finality.
Yeah, it triggers a banal effect if you touch it. Cold iron.
Yeah, but
Technically,
also,
cold iron would be the best weapon against the Fae, like
yes,
a true
it
Fae.
is.
Well,
But
yeah,
you
course.
can't
Yeah.
you can't make a modern gun out of cold iron though.
No.
What is
Why
cold
would you? You
iron?
want
Is
to
essentially
make, you
Cold-
want to
yeah,
make
exactly.
cold-
Why?
a bullet out of
Cold-
cold iron.
You could make a bullet for say a musket out of cold iron, but you could not make a modern bullet out of cold iron.
Cold iron is just iron in its natural state.
It is.
Oh, so it'd be too well. It'd be
It'd be
weak
too
and
brittle.
malleable, but it's still
You-
a fucking chunk of iron being flown at you.
Could,
Oh, no.
could, in theory, make basically the extent of like a hollow point that has
Yeah.
a cold iron tip.
Tip. That would be the best way to do it, I think, because
Or
it'd still be accurate.
a core, an internal core that most weapons have nowadays,
No,
or
no.
most
If
lot of bullets
you only need
have.
to do because hollow points shatter when they hit a
I'm well
target.
aware of how
Yeah.
bullets work, dude. That's
You
why
don't
I
need
said
to
I
fill the
core
whole-
bullets.
But the thing is that you get a lot of your velocity in a bullet from the density of the core. So by making the core out of cold iron, you would lose a lot of your stopping power. by making the tip out of it, you don't.
Yeah.
You can't make the shell out of it because it's too malleable and it would warp in the barrel with the heat.
Raw iron's also very brittle.
Exactly.
That's
Well,
why it has to be strengthened and
which
forged.
is
the
also
consequences
why you
of
can't make a gun out of it.
Mhm.
a core, an internal core inside of a bullet would shatter inside and split
That's
little
assuming
bits
it's a
of.
full metal jacket. Not all bullets are full metal jackets.
Well, great, just get a full metal jacket.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
you
what I'm
can
saying.
do that.
There are ways to do it with
There
a
are wa-
bullet, but it's
But
not
you gotta be.
a cheap process or a normal
Well,
process.
what I was asking in
Mhm.
general is what is cold iron. If it's base metal, like base iron that's unworked, like
It's base
it
iron.
is. Okay.
Cold
It's pretty
iron
much-
is, by definition, iron that has been worked without heat.
Yeah.
Cold,
So it's like
cold forged iron. It is raw
So,
iron that has been
guys.
hammered into shape.
the
Great
session's
session,
done. We're just
but
kinda-
I'm heading off to bed now. I am very tired.
Going, man.
See you, man.
Yeah, we got
Wait-
a bit
wait for
sidetracked there
XP
at the
though.
end, but we're good to go.
Yeah.
So, have a great evening, everybody, and I'll catch you next
Good
week.
night.
Yeah, have
See
a
ya.
good one,
Or
guys.
tomorrow for those who are in the Tuesday game.
Yep.
No.
How much XP do we get?
You get
None,
4.
because time went backwards. Oh, 4.
4. All right, later on,
I got
guys.
40 now. All
See
right.
it.